Hey peeps, I hope you guys all had a good break. I miss you guys. I will see you next week on Tuesday. Don't get yourself into a mess, okay? Obviously, make sure that you are following along with the videos every day. Um, and then, because your grade starts fresh this semester. So, um, and then I'll do my half like always, and then you'll do your half, okay? So, um, all of this week while I'm gone, we're gonna be doing complex numbers, okay? And so, you don't need to write this part down, but what that is normally you see like this and it's got X comma Y, okay, and we graph or whatever. Okay, well, complex numbers does an additional part, which is Z, okay? And so when we think of things, you could have a 3D shape, and that's where that comes from, those real or, and so what they're called, see these ones, they have eyes on them, okay? They're called imaginary numbers, okay? And the general formula goes like this, A plus BI, where A is the real number part, okay? By that I mean just a regular 3 or just a 2, okay? No I, nothing crazy. And the B and this I part, that's the imaginary part. And that's what we call that, I don't even know how to spell imaginary. Okay? Imaginary. Okay, so that's what that is, okay? And so they're not that bad. The one thing I will say that I would probably put on your paper, and I don't know if we'll get to it today or tomorrow, but I squared equals -1, okay? And I'm gonna put that in parentheses because you should always use them, okay? So when we have an I squared, if we do get to that today, equals -1, okay? And so today is probably gonna be the easiest out of all the days because it's kind of just adding and subtracting, okay? So first of all, if there's no number in front of an I, it's a 1, just like if it was an X, okay? And you can kind of think of those like X's, okay? So this one has an I and he has an I, so we can put the number parts together. So 4 plus 1 is going to be 5I, okay? And this one is done. Okay, I'm going to hop around just a second. Okay, so I'm going to go to number 5 first, and then I'll go back to 4. Okay, so for this one, again, there's a 1 in front of this I. Okay, well, he has an I, he has no I, and he has an I. So we can put the I's together. So 4 and a 1 is going to give me 5I, and I still have that -8. Okay, well, I can't put these two together because he has an I and he doesn't have an I. So it's going to be left just like this. Okay, 5 minus 8I, or you could write -8 plus 5I. It is the exact same thing. Okay, now look at number 3. Number 3 starts to look a little bit different because we have parentheses there. Okay, and so first of all, we can fill in some 1s, and I want you to think about where you can put in some 1s. Okay, well, we can put in a 1 in front of this I, and there's really a 1 in front of this parentheses, between that minus and that parenthesis. Okay, so it's going to look like our very first step is going to be to distribute and or to multiply. So our 1I is going to drop down. Okay, well, -1 times -4 is going to be +4. -1 times -6I, okay, so you take them, -1 times -6 is going to be a +6I. Okay, and now we can look at this and we can put the i's together and the plain numbers together. So the real numbers together and the imaginary numbers together. And so these two can get put together because they both have i's. So 6I and a 1I is going to be 7I plus 4. Okay, number 7. Again, I can fill in a 1 somewhere. Okay, so I can fill in a 1 right here between that parenthesis and that negative sign. Okay, so the -6I, we're going to drop down. We're not doing anything with that. And we need to distribute. So -1 times -8 is going to be +8. -1 times 5 is going to be -5I. Okay, again, we can put the real parts together, which is just the numbers, and the imaginary parts together, which is the ones with the letters. So -6 minus 5, which is what you would type in your calculator, is -11I plus 8. Okay, number 9, I want you to look at it. What pieces can get put together with what? Okay, so essentially we're combining. Okay, what can we combine? Okay, well, I can combine this 8, -8, and a 1. It's going to give me -7. And I can combine this 4 and this 7 to give me a positive 11i. And that's as far as we can combine. I cannot, and the same goes with x's. I can't put just a number and then some x's together, okay? So it's got to stop here. Okay, 11. Look and see, what can we put together? Okay, well, I can put a 7 and a 7 together to give me 14. I can also put this -8 and the -2 is going to give me -10i. Okay, 13. Okay, we're going to look, see what I can put together. Okay, and I suggest using a calculator. Okay, well, I can put together 8 plus 3, and I can put -7. Okay, and so on the calculator, the sign that's in front goes with it. So it can go like this. You can say plus 8 plus 3 -7. Okay, it can look just like that. You type it in exactly the way each sign. Okay, and that's going to give you a 4i. And don't forget, I still have this -4 here. Okay, so it's going to be -4 plus 4i. Okay, 15. Again, I can fill in a 1. So I'm going to put a 1 between this minus and this parenthesis. Okay, so this stuff I'm going to drop down. 3 plus 6i. And then I need to distribute. So -1 times 5, it's going to be -5. I almost wrote an I and there's no I there. Okay, -1 times a positive 4 is going to be -4i. Okay, and so now this looks just like other problems that we've been doing. We can combine the real parts, which is just the number parts, and the imaginary parts. So 3 minus 5 is going to be a -2. Okay, and then a 6 minus 4 is going to be a positive 2i. Okay, 17. We can put together the i's. Okay, so 5 minus 7 is going to be -2i. Okay, 19. I can put together the 12 and the 16 because they both have an I. Okay, so -12 plus 16. Okay, it's going to give me a positive 4i. Okay, 20. I can put the i's together. So -10 minus 5 is going to be -15i. Okay, 23. Okay, I'm going to start off, I got to put the 1 in between this parenthesis. Okay, so this part I'm going to copy down. 5 plus 6i. Then I got -1 times -8 is going to be positive 8. -1 times -16 is going to be positive 16i. Okay, and now I look at this and say, well, what can I put together? Well, I can put what together? When you think about it, okay, the 8 and the 5 can go together to give me a 13. And the i's can go together, the 6 and the 16, to give me a 22i. Okay, 25. I can put this 13 and 3 together. So -13 minus 3 is going to be -16. Okay, and again, this I, there's a 1 in front of it. Okay, so negative 16 plus 1 is going to be negative 15i. Okay, last one, 27. Okay, where can I put a 1? Okay, I can put a 1 right here. So this front part stuff, we're just going to drop down. So 2 plus 7i. Negative 1 times negative 12 is going to be positive 12. Negative 1 times negative 10 is going to be a positive 10i. Okay, and then we look at this and say, well, what can I put together? Well, I can put this 12 and this 2 together to give me a 14. And I can put this 7 and this 10 together to give me a positive 17i. Okay, you guys have 14 to do. Go through and get them done, and then make sure you put it in the box. Tomorrow's, you're going to get those I-squareds, okay? So make sure that you watch the video for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.